Okay, let's just jump right in. We got our hands on a batch of sources, and the headline piece was this YouTube news script with a title, in all caps, you know the type, No going back. Chiefs announce shocking firing.
Right. And your mind immediately goes to the top.
Exactly. You see that and you think, oh my God, they fired Andy Reid, or, maybe Brett Veach is out. It's designed to make you think a cornerstone of the entire franchise has just been removed.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? To pull back that curtain, the sensationalism, that panic-inducing noise is what we have to filter out to find what's actually going on. We're taking that internal Chiefs Kingdom update, as they called it, and figuring out the real critical information as the Chiefs are, well, stumbling to the end of this 2025 season. We want to make sure you know the true state of this team completely separate from the clickbait.
Yeah, because the shocking firing, it's not real. It's pure sensationalism. The actual bombshell is, in a way, much more tactical and immediate. It's about catastrophic losses right before a huge gut check game against the Raiders.
So let's get into that immediate crisis. The thing that replaced the fiction, it's not a firing. The shocking news is the shocking absence of a key player.
A vital component.
Wide receiver Xavier Worthy. The 22-year-old speed demon, he's listed as doubtful for the season finale because of an illness, missed all 3 practices this week.
And that just ratchets up the tension immediately. For anyone who needs a quick reminder, this is the guy who set the combine on fire.
The 4.21.
The record-setting 4.21 second 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
That kind of speed, it isn't a luxury for an offense like theirs. It's a core strategic weapon.
And he was so explosive as a rookie in 2024. I mean, 59 catches, over 600 yards, 6 touchdowns through the air, and he even ran for 3 more. He was the guy who stretched the field vertically. Right. But the irony here is that his absence is made worse by the fact that, well, he was already in a bit of a sophomore slump.
The analysis of his 2025 season shows a pretty clear statistical step back. It's common, but it's still worrying for a player like him. He's down to 42 receptions, 532 yards, and just 1 touchdown in 14 games.
So has the league sort of figured him out? Is that what's happening?
It's either that or maybe the entire offense's struggles just made it easier for defenses to key in on him. But either way, when your offense is already sputtering, and we're talking about an average of 24 points per game, you just cannot afford to lose a threat like that, even a diminished one.
And what did Andy Reid have to say about it?
Classic Reid. So terse. Just, we'll see.
Of course. But let's push on that a bit. If his production was already down this year, is the team maybe already used to playing without that elite contribution? I mean, is his absence truly devastating?
That's a great question, and I think the answer is yes. It absolutely is, and it's for tactical reasons. Worthy's value isn't just in his box score stats at the end of the game.
It's his presence. It's his presence, exactly. Even if he's just running a decoy route, a deep post to clear things out, the defense has to account for him. You have to put a safety over the top, and that changes the math for everybody else.
Right.
And his illness, it's coupled with the second massive injury blow, which really makes this a full-blown crisis.
Now, this is what should be the headline.
Yes. The loss of 2-time Pro Bowl offensive lineman Trey Smith. He's officially out. Ankle injury.
That feels like the true catastrophe Smith is. I mean, the internal briefing calls him a rock. He's the muscle on that line. Losing a starting guard against a hungry Raiders defense that's going to be smelling blood in the water, that feels like a much deeper wound than Worthy's illness.
Absolutely. And we need to get into the analytics here, not just the names on the jerseys. The Chiefs offense, it's this deliberate fusion, right? It's Andy Reid's West Coast offense roots, the short, timing-based passes, mixed with all the modern RPO, the run-pass options schemes. And Trey Smith's specific skill set is just essential for making that hybrid system work.
Okay, so let's get into the X's and O's. Why is Smith so critical to that whole RPO and West Coast blend? We get that Worthy's speed is the deep threat, but how does Smith's blocking enable all of that?
Well, the RPO stuff relies on your offensive line having the agility to pull and block laterally almost instantly. You're trying to fool the defense just for a split second into thinking it's a run.
Okay.
Smith, as an elite guard, is crucial for those pulling assignments. He creates the running lanes that make the RPO a credible threat. When you pull a piece like him out, your whole RPO game, it just loses its timing, its punch. It's supposed to make Mahomes' job easier, and now it just gets harder.
So you've got 2 huge problems now. A depleted O-line that can't run the RPO game the way it's designed.
Right.
And you've lost the deep threat that forces the safeties to play deep. This is where it just becomes a systemic failure. Yeah. Without Worthy, those safeties can now cheat. They can creep toward the line of scrimmage.
And if they cheat forward, what does that mean?
It means they can double-team guys like Travis Kelce. He lives in that 5 to 15-yard intermediate space, and suddenly that space is gone.
Precisely. The whole machine just starts to grind to a halt because the timing, the sequence, it's all broken. And the result is the statistical slide we've been seeing all season.
A 5-game losing streak is demoralizing.
And the drop in points is stark. You look back at their 2022 Super Bowl year, they were averaging almost 30 points a game, 29.6.
Elite offense.
Elite. This season, it's floating around 24. That's not just a small drop-off. That's falling from the top tier of scoring all the way down to just average.
And it's how they're scoring, too, that's so damning. It's not just fewer points, it's fewer touchdowns. You see so many more drives stalling out, ending in field goals, especially in the red zone. It just suggests the playbook is shrinking when the field gets tight.
And that offensive struggle has started to expose some cracks on the other side of the ball, which is really unusual for a Steve Spagnuolo defense.
Spags loves to be aggressive.
He runs all those blitz-heavy packages, but the internal reports are suggesting that with the offense going 3 and out, the defense is on the field way too long. They're giving up more yards per game than last year's average.
So opponents are figuring out how to beat that pressure.
It seems like it, maybe running quick screens, draws, things that take advantage of all that aggression upfield.
So the adjustment plan for this last game, it's basically desperation. Funnel more targets to Marquise Hollywood Brown and, well, whoever else is healthy. But how much confidence can you really have in that next man up idea when the two pieces you lost are so distinct? You lost your speed and your muscle.
Confidence is low, but the motivation, that's cultural. And this is where we shift from the injury report to the sheer weight of this rivalry.
Chiefs versus Raiders.
This game is about more than playoff spots at this point. This is bad blood that goes all the way back to the AFL in the 1960s. It's about pride. It's about stopping the skid and protecting a legacy.
Yeah, and you can't downplay the history that this franchise carries into every single game. This team started as the Dallas Texans, back in 1960. They have 3 Super Bowl titles. You think about Len Dawson in Super Bowl 4. Or the sheer force of a player like Derek Thomas. 126.5 career sacks. When the current team struggles like this, it feels like a temporary stain on all of that history.
And if you connect that legacy to right now, the pressure on Patrick Mahomes is just immense. He's already got over 25,000 career yards, multiple MVPs. But he's also the face of a brand that is so much bigger than just football now.
Right, and then you have Travis Kelce, who the script correctly calls a pop culture icon. His celebrity status, his ubiquity, it adds another layer of scrutiny. When the brand is that big, the failures feel disproportionately huge.
And the source material gave us a really good look into that internal narrative. The things being said behind closed doors. You can almost hear a former player saying, look, Worthy's speed is irreplaceable, sure, but this team is resilient.
We've been through worse.
Right. Or you can imagine Mahomes himself thinking, Worthy's our brother, we hate this for him, but it's next man up. Especially against the Raiders.
And that resilience has to be there because the fan base is so intense. The source mentioned the social media chatter, the diehards tweeting things like, Arrowhead spirit never fades, beat the Raiders, and let's rebuild for 26.
It's a reminder that this isn't just about one lost season, it's about the heart of Chiefs Kingdom. They're holding this team to the standard of, that 142.2 decibel record from 2014. The standard is impossibly bright.
So let's say 2025 ends exactly how it looks like it's going to end. They miss the playoffs. What does that wake-up call really mean for their future, especially after just dominating the AFC West for so long?
It means they have to reevaluate how the team is built. The landscape is getting tougher. You've got the Chargers with Justin Herbert. The Broncos are rebuilding. The Chiefs can't just rely on pure talent anymore. But here's the silver lining. The huge advantage they get from failing.
A high draft pick.
A high draft pick.
That feels like the one true gift in all this disappointment. It's such a valuable asset in the modern NFL, especially when you have glaring roster holes.
Precisely. They can use that pick to get another blue chip offensive weapon, maybe a receiver who can run more than just go routes, or, and this might be even more important now given the Spick injury, they can bolster that offensive line. They have to invest in protecting Mahomes.
And the expectation is definitely a quick return to form. The projection for 2026 is a strong bounce back, which seems to rest almost entirely on that core trio still being great.
And that's a pretty safe bet. Mahomes will only be turning 30 next season. He's right in his prime. And Andy Reid, for all the struggles this year, is known for his ability to adapt. He always has new tricks up his sleeve. And I think you'll see a big effort to get Xavier Worthy back on track, too. Young players can learn a lot from a slump year. The expectation should be a monster comeback year for him once he's healthy and has had a full offseason to adjust.
And let's not forget the immediate future. This Raiders game. A win, even if it doesn't get them into the playoffs, could seriously spoil the Raiders' momentum and maybe even hurt their draft position. There's a psychological win to be had here.
It's all about protecting the brand. This is a franchise built on city pride and on winning. And as the NFL keeps evolving, more international games, rules that favor offense, the Chiefs have to prove they're still the blueprint for success.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. Let's synthesize the real takeaways for everyone listening. The dramatic all-caps YouTube title about a shocking firing.
Just noise. Clickbait.
The real story is the simultaneous loss of Xavier Worthy and Trey Smith. It's a tactical nightmare that compromises an already struggling offense right before a bitter rivalry game.
And the key realization, I think, is that 2025 was a legitimate wake-up call. It signals the end of their completely unchallenged dominance in the AFC West. But the foundation, Mahomes, Kelce, Reid, it's still there. A strong return in 2026 is still the most likely outcome.
Right. The failure this year just gave them a high-value asset, that draft pick, to force a reset they probably needed anyway.
Exactly.
So here's our final thought for you to chew on, and it ties everything together, the brand, the culture, the performance. If the Kansas City Chiefs have become this immense cultural brand, Kelce hosting SNL, Mahomes in every other commercial.
Yeah.
Does that off-field fame create such high expectations that their on-field struggles this year feel way more disastrous than they would for any other team?
And to follow on that, does that high draft pick, the silver lining from this bad year, then become the only tool they have to execute a reset fast enough to protect that massive global status?
Yeah.
It's this fascinating intersection of celebrity and the cold, hard reality of sports. You'll just have to watch the free agency buzz and the draft to see how they play their hand.
Stay locked in for all those updates. Thanks for diving deep with us.